letting go, Riddle.
Do you remember the song, Breaking Up is Hard to Do?
Yep.
I'm here to tell you, letting go is hard to do. What do I mean by that? We tend to hold on to things, mental clutter, even people in our lives. I'm going to discuss that in terms of recent experience over the last year and a half for me with my 3 daughters. They're spaced 5 years apart, and each has a very different personality. My oldest daughter, Jackie, unfortunately, we weren't very close when she was growing up because I worked a lot. Too much, in fact, as I realized many years later. So by the time Jackie was ready to graduate from high school, she was ready to go, gone, down to Long Beach State, right away out the door. So I had to let go of one daughter. But she left all her stuff at home. So I have Jackie's room still the entire time she's at college, which is okay because we as parents want to have a nest for them to come home to. So that moves along. I'll come back to her later. My second daughter, Elizabeth, different story. I learned my lesson with Jackie. I made time to do things with Beth. We did events through school. I coached her soccer team. She would come with me on the weekends to pick samples at my job. So we really bonded. It was very difficult for me by the time she was ready to graduate to let her go. Good news for me there. She decided to stay local and go to ABC. I thought, great, I can hold on to my daughter a little bit longer. Well, time passes. She decides to join the Army. I'm like, okay, then I guess I'll have to let you go now. And that was hard. You know, she's getting on the bus to go to basic training. I had no idea how difficult that would be as a father. Okay, she's out of the house. I'm processing that. All is well. She's almost finished with basic training. And she gets hurt. Badly hurt, as it turned out. And she's sort of in limbo. She graduates basic, but they're trying to fix her medical issues there. Ultimately, they can't. She gets a medical discharge. The blinding speed of the Army bureaucracy, however, she's stuck back there with these various health issues. She comes back home to deal with our own family doctors and get things fixed correctly, if you will. So there she is. I have her back in my home. I don't have to let go. And we're talking, getting her medical issues addressed. And she tells my wife and I that, oh, by the way, I'm getting married. Now she tells us this in late July of last year. She's getting married in the first week of August. Like, wait, okay, now I have to let you go, but now I have to take a son-in-law? How's that work? And she had this all planned out in her head because she's very methodical in that way. She wanted to go see her fiancé's graduation from tech school. They met in the Army. And she figured, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll just get married, save money, back there. Well, that's a great idea, except your health issues aren't finished yet. She's still going to local doctors here that really high quality. We wanted her to get everything done and move on with her life. So she goes all the way back there to see him graduate. Have to let her go. They get married, have their honeymoon, and she comes back here again. I'm like, I can't handle it. It's surprisingly difficult. It was an interesting process. So ultimately, she gets her health issues addressed. Everything is fine. That final letting go, she drives across country to go live with her husband. Okay, are you really gone now? Yes, she's gone. She's still back there. And she was much different than my older daughter Jackie in that she cleaned out all her stuff. Everything came off the walls, out of the closets, into the bed, you name it, she took it. But in that process, you know, she's sorting. Should I keep this, donate this, whatever. And she was doing a lot of this when I was not home. I kind of like to supervise these things because we have charities we like to give quality items to. So, you know, trash keep, donate, I don't even know. I come home, her room's clean, everything's packed. What happened to the rest of the stuff? Oh, it's in the trash can outside. What? maybe I want some of that stuff. I flip open the trash can, yeah, I'm rifling through the bags, I pull the bags out. I open a bag, there is a AYSO soccer shirt. How can you get rid of this? There is a ribbon from ROTC. She was a princess one year. I want that. So it went. I went through some of her things, and I'm like, you know, you need to ask me about these things before you get rid of this stuff, right? So she was able to let go of things. I was not able to let go of things. It's quite amusing to me. So we get to my third daughter, Maggie, who is a senior in high school. She will probably stay home after graduation for a while. She's not sure what she wants to do, which is good. We're also very close. But letting go of her, I'm like, is it going to be one extreme or the other?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's hard for me. It got even harder yesterday because it was senior prom. I'm like, what happened to my tomboy? So now she's still living there, but I have to let go of the tomboy that she was and accept the young lady that she is.
Yeah.
So all these things happen to all of us, parents in the room. You can relate. But we have to let go of the people, and we've become attached to various objects that represent meaning and memories for us about them. Jackie, the one who did not clean everything out, she also got married last year, came to visit with her fiancé. Well, hey, why don't you clean up your stuff? Which she cleaned out her whole room except for one closet. So, I don't know. What does that mean at the end of the day? Is it harder to let go of things, or is it harder to let go of people? I don't know. And it really doesn't matter, because the memories we have of things and people aren't stored in a bin. They're right here.